Hey, what's going on YouTube? So, I just got done watching a movie called Spectral with my brother. It's one. I was about to say if I yawn. Excuse me, because it's really late at night. Late at night. But, we just got done watching this movie. Once again, kind of like Greyhound, I was just scrolling through, YouTube and came across this clip of this sci-fi looking movie, and this movie kind of caught me off guard because the sci-fi elements really got me interested in this film. And then like the part that I saw for like 10 is not a huge part of the movie, I'll say that, and a lot of it's like borderlines on sci-fi, but it's not quite as sci-fi as the clip that I saw makes it look. That doesn't mean it's a bad film though, it just caught me off guard. There's a couple scenes that I want to talk about. So basically, I'm not going to talk about everything like always, but I'm going to talk about this scene towards the end that kind of explains everything. But so basically what happens is they find out that we pick up, the very first thing we pick up with a Delta Force operator, and basically he's away from his group, and he basically gets attacked by something and they don't know what it is. So they call in this scientist guy and basically bring him to like a top secret facility, and they have him basically sign this thing saying that whatever he sees, if he talks about it, he waivers his right to go to prison for the rest of his life. Then we get another scene where they show him what the Delta Force operator with his body camera and goggles recorded. He had these like special goggles that could see like different spectrums of light. And so then we get a scene where he's basically at this like Delta Force base, and he's like out, and he integrates with his Delta Force team. So towards the end of the film, you know, he's still working with this Delta Force team, and they've built some camaraderie and stuff throughout the film, throughout previous battles that they have with these, I think, I would assume they're called Spectrals, that's what the movie's called. And so basically they go to destroy these Spectrals, and what happens, sorry, I got an itch. What happens is they end up finding this facility for a weapons testing thing where this other country's government, not the U.S., had been I don't know what country it is. They don't really allude to it. I would assume it's Russia, but I could be wrong. They kind of seemed Russian, some of the people they meet from that other country. And basically what happens is they find this facility that's supposed to be like a secret weapons testing program, and basically they see these containers that this little girl had been talking about throughout the film that her dad was working on, and they basically are using human consciousness from dead people somehow to create them in their consciousness into like these light forms and stuff, and that's what the Spectrals are, and they can pass through light and stuff. And there's some science that goes into this that they basically explain how they're able to do this. It was actually explained very well, surprisingly, considering this was a Netflix film. Personally, I think a lot of Netflix films are kind of letdowns, but not everyone. This is kind of one of those diamond in the rough type films, and I think I'm gonna give Spectral overall, I think I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. I'll get it. It was I think it was above average for me. I could totally see you going to like a 6 out of 10 or maybe a 5. Just average or slightly above average at 6 out of 10. But overall, I really enjoyed this film, and I had a good time with it. There was some cool stuff in there. I play a game called The Division, and there's these like robot dogs, and they kind of had them in this movie, so that was kind of cool to see too. So you're getting some brownie points from me from there. So probably more like a 6 out of 10, but for me, I gave it a 7. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.